Shalom, shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Wakwakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutation to all you Akim pushing this truth and presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice. I'm Mashiach, the children of the light. I'm back, and I pray I can edify you brothers with another lesson. So, just gonna start off here today with I always I'm still you know what, man, I always be thinking like, man, what's the best way to set these things up? What's the best way to, do these? And I always think about what Apostle Aramla always say, man, man, keep it simple. All right. And so, we're gonna just keep it simple and jump right into it. So we're gonna start off with Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence, right? And that's exactly what the men of the Lord are doing today, right? Brothers are standing outside, presenting their bodies as living sacrifice, putting up lessons, waking up every day trying to teach, trying to edify, trying to warn the people as the scriptures tell us to do, right? The men of the Lord are sighing and crying, right? Against wickedness, evils, and high places, right? Because, when you come into this truth, you know, you don't see the world the same anymore, right? You get to see behind the curtains once you get out the matrix. And all you see is a constant reminder of wickedness, right? All you see is a constant reminder of oppression, of the spiritual yoke that we all carry now, right? Because the yoke isn't physical anymore; it's spiritual, right? We see Esau's trickery, right? We see the witchcraft and the sorcery, and so every day is vexing you, right? Because the scriptures say, "Surely oppression make a wise man mad," right? And I'm just thinking about what the elder Yaka say here. Say, go pull the scripture up. So boom, right? You understand? Ecclesiastics 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and the gift destroyeth the heart, right? And one of my favorite scriptures is, as I increase in knowledge, I increase in suffering. Understand? So, the righteous the righteous men of the Lord are sighing and crying because of the oppression that's going on. Understand? Psalms 34:17. The righteous cry, and Yahweh heareth and delivered them out of all their troubles. Surely, right? And we know once Yahweh Shah comes, and continue to fulfill the rest of the prophecies, you understand what we're saying? Everything will be right in the kingdom, right? But until we get there, understand we will continue to sigh and cry against Esau's wickedness, against against the magic and the sorcery and the witchcraft that's coming up against us, because this world is designed to essentially wear out the saints. Understand? So that's why we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. But you know, going back to Jeremiah 28:8, because the men of the Lord are prophesying against countries. You know what I'm saying? Babylon the Great and all of her allies and everyone that drinketh from her cup, right? And against the great kingdoms and against the war and the evil and the pestilence, right? So we're gonna hop into Ezekiel 3. I'm gonna do just a minor breakdown because it goes into essentially what the spirit compelled me to do with this lesson for the day. I've been having a lot of conversations with people because of the election coming up and everything going on in a war, and when people engage you, you understand, being a man of the Lord and being in this truth, you're gonna always want to hit them with the scriptures. Bow, 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 bow. You understand? And even after giving them all of that truth, you know what I'm saying, and breaking it down for them and taking them through the history, they still gonna be ignorant, right? But you got a job to do. So well, I really want it's a few points, but I'm gonna start at one and walk on into it. So this is Ezekiel 3:1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, right? And that roll is this truth, right? And go speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth and he calls me to eat that roll. And again, that roll is, this truth. You understand these scriptures. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. Right? Because when you get this truth and you first waking up to it, it is sweet. Right? You get all of this knowledge, you get all of this clarity, you get all of this understanding. All of a sudden you connecting the dots, right? And you begin to wield great power that's in this truth. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel and speak my words with them. Right? And so we see in Ezekiel 3 and 4, the Lord, Yahweh is sending Ezekiel on the mission. Right? I gave you this truth. I'm giving you this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Now go get this to the people. And that's exactly the case. And that's what happens, right? And this is how you know that, you in the right place and the Lord is dealing with you. Because the same mission he gave Ezekiel is the same mission he give all of us brothers when we wake up to it, right? Because we eat that roll. We get in these scriptures, we get understanding, right? We get this truth. And what's the first thing you want to do? You want to share that truth, right? You want to go and you want to tell your mans, you want to tell your brother, you want to tell your father, your mother, your sister, you want to tell anybody that listen, right? You want to share. So it's the same spiritual mission. And the water y'all by showing y'all was shy for just allowing me to connect the dots right there in this moment. You understand? So I'm grateful to just have had that confirmation. Right. Boom. Let's get back 3 and 5. For thou art not sent to a people of strange speech and of hard language, but to the house of Israel. Right? So he's saying in 4, go take these words to your people, to the house of Israel. In 3 and 5, he's saying, I'm not sending you to another nation, to heathens, anybody of hard language. I'm sending you to your people that you speak the same language of. Right? So go get this to the house of Israel. Go get this to your people. 3 and 6. Not too many people of strange speech and of a hard language, whose words you cannot understand, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. Right? But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. Right? And he's saying, for the house of Israel will not listen to you, because they did not listen to me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-headed. Right? And in 3 and 7, he's saying, the house of Israel will not listen to you, Ezekiel, because they didn't listen to me. Because the house of Israel are foolish and hard-hearted. Understand? And, that was really, the point of, the lesson, right? Because, earlier I said I never know how to start these off to make sure that I'm aligned with the maximum understanding. But the Spirit always bring it in, right? Because, you know, we sigh and we cry, you understand, at, the wickedness, the spirits and the principalities and, high wicked places. We sigh and we crying against the oppression, and we sigh and crying against the destruction of our people. But also we sigh and we cry for the foolishness of our people. Understand? You see your man's doing some wicked shit, and you want to tell him, like, you want to edify him and say, yo, that's wicked, that's unrighteous, the Lord don't like that. Understand? And you can show him all of the scriptures. You can break it down for him beautifully. You can draw him a map. You can make a flow chart. You can, whatever the case may be, to deliver that, and they're still not gonna get it. You understand? And part of it will be heartbreaking, but the Most High gave us a job to do. And spiritually, if you are in the right spirit of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, you're going to continue to do that mission and that job. Because again, we have to bring forth good fruit. You understand? Mark chapter 4 tells us about the sower that went to sow. And that's a lesson for another day, right? But the point is that we try as much as we try, right? to deliver this message to whoever the next is to be woken up, and we try to yield good fruit. You understand? The same thing, that the same mission the Most High is giving Ezekiel. He gave him that role to eat. He gave him the scriptures. He gave him the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding. He say, go take this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to the people and deliver it to them. But wait, they are a hard-headed, foolish people. Nonetheless, you got to do it. Let's keep it going. It says, behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. Right? And it's saying, just as foolish and as hard-headed as they are, that is how wise and how diligent the Lord is going to make you. Understand? He's gonna strengthen you and empower you to be able to continue to continuously battle up against them, right? Because you got a job to do. He's gonna strengthen that, right? So again, you out here sighing and crying, and you trying to warn the people, which is ultimately what we do, ultimately our mission. You understand? To prophesy against these many kingdoms and countries and of war and of great evil. If not for nothing else, it's to warn the people, right? And it may be discouraging, but you got to keep doing it. Because I was just having a conversation with one of my worldly homies. I'm trying to nudge them, trying to be a Gentile unto the Gentiles, a Greek unto the Greek, in hopes of winning them over. So, we've been having conversations. I'm just slowly hitting them with scriptures and scriptures. And finally, the segue came. And we start having a conversation about the identity of the so-called black man and woman, right? In America, Babylon the Great. So I'm hitting them with scriptures. We going into it. We going into it. We going into it. At first it was he kept trying to go off into something else, but I kept keeping the conversation on point. Now I'm hoping that I could continuously engage with this brother in this manner to keep nudging him to somehow and at the right time, when the spirit tap into him and wake him up, he gonna say, oh man, it was always there for me. You understand? Because that's ultimately what the job is. And to the other young Akims out there like myself, right? It's a battle, right? And you cannot be confident in yourself, but you got to remember that as you continue to grow in this truth, your Halabashah Yahushua is going to continue to sup with you. You understand? And give you all the tools you need. But you are no greater than the prophets that came before you. So you're going to have the same challenges that they had. Understand? And that was really the point of the lesson that I did want to get into today with that, right? Is, yeah, at first you get this truth and it is sweet in your mouth as honey, right? But it will get sour because of everything that you're going to encounter on this journey when you trying to, do what it is that the Lord is telling you to do, right? So let's jump down to 3 and 11, right? You know what? No, I'll keep going in order. 3 and 9. As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead, right? Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house, right? Moreover, he said unto me, son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive in thine heart and hear with thine ears, right? And go get thee to them of captivity and unto the children of thy people, right? And as I said, right, so physically we don't have that yoke around our neck, but spiritually we still got that yoke around us, because spiritually we still are in captivity. You understand? So the same spiritual mission Ezekiel is on, the same spiritual mission that the men of the Lord are still on today. We are still being delivered unto a rebellious house to do a job, right? Because as you can see, Yahweh is telling Ezekiel, I want you to go do something, but it's going to be very, very hard. And although they will not listen to you, go do what I tell you to do. And it's the same thing today. So you got to keep sighing and crying and keep trying to yield good fruit and keep trying to warn the people and wake the people up. And everything that you're going through is everything you're supposed to go through, because the prophets that came before us went through it, and we are no greater than them, and we got to go through it. So we can't be dismayed, right? We can't be discouraged. We can't be feel beat down or none of that. You understand what I'm saying? Gave us a mission and a job, and that's what it's for. And in this moment while I'm doing this lesson, again, the water Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, do I feel it as the Akim Kara always say, that fire, right? Like I'm I'm waking up. I'm getting fired up as I'm doing this lesson, right? Because it's like, yo, like I say, it didn't even click to me in the moments, but as I'm doing this lesson, it's clicking to me, right? I'm walking the same walk Ezekiel walked. You understand? I'm encountering the same challenges he encountered, right? How amazing is that? You understand? I bet. So the idea one also, what was it? I think, and I'm gonna jump around, right? Yeah. So let me hit Ezekiel 2:6 real quick. Come on, right? And Ezekiel, right? And it says Ezekiel 2:6. Oh no, it's two and five. Right, 2 and 5. I should have right. And touching on the same topic. 2 and 4. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. Right? Same thing we see in 3 and 7. Right? For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. 2 and 4. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith Yahweh, our power, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. Right? So he's saying, yo, they are foolish children and they are stiff-hearted. But I send you to them, and you will say that this is from the Lord. Right? And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. So whether they listen or not, for they are a rebellious house, they shall know that there have been a prophet among them. You understand? So when you talking to you, when you out here signing crime, right? And you having conversations with people, and you're trying to reach out to your mans, and you're trying to get him the truth, you're trying to give him the scriptures, the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of the Most High, and he's not getting it. You understand? That's on him. But they shall know that a prophet had been among them. They shall know that they did receive the word of the Most High. And that's on them after that. Understand? But you doing your job, Akim. You understand? You going up against exactly what you going up against. And at the same time, while I'm talking to all of the Akim out there, I'm talking to myself, because it's deeply resonating with me. And that's why the spirit was on me very, 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 very heavily to do this lesson today. And it's leading me the way it's leading me. And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words, though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou dost dwell among scorpions. Because we do. Be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. And I see this so many times, right? When I engage in people, when I'm on Instagram and I post something against this wicked ass place, or I post something against whatever the sheep is going with. You understand? And it can be frightening, right? But you on a holy mission, right? With the truth from the Most High. Understand? And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious. I got to finish it, right? But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. Right? Again, which is this truth, this truth, the scriptures, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Lord. And when I looked, behold, a hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without. And there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Understand? Whew. It's powerful stuff right here. This is powerful. On the same mission, right? The same mission from the ancient world until today. The man of the Lord is doing the same thing today that they did in the ancient times, right? We eating this roll. We eating this book, right? We receiving it, right? And then we go and we speaking it to the people, right? And it's a hard job because they are a most rebellious people. But what the Lord gonna do? Right? He gonna make our face strong against their faces and our forehead strong against their foreheads. Because the scriptures say, let this be your wisdom and sight of the other nations. You understand? But not only against the other nations, against our people who are lost, who are under strong delusions and witchcraft and sorcery and magics. You understand? Who are behaving spiritually as heathens because they don't have this, right? So we gotta be strong against them, and we gotta continue doing our mission. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. I just want to say until next time, shalom, shalom, shalom.